motherfuckers. We back again. Pharaoh click, motherfucker. Just a law. King size. Blackistan. Apathy. Outer space. 7LES. Vinny P. Self-titled. Yeah, baby.
I travel underground like the Goonies with a bag full of Uzis. Emerging in a corner store where Arabs sell loosies. My bangers on the waist, I never wave it around, but I always chamber around when there's strangers around. Set my face to the kill, my force field is on max. Never relax, study the facts and stockpile gas. Cause the sky's about to bleed blood out from the clouds. There's gas masks in my backpacks when walking through crowds. The post-apocalyptic optic fitted with bionic circuitry, surgically planted perfectly. No way to word it verbally, but extrasensory perception got me detecting any copper detective. Intercept them and stop them with weapons.
Insides, Vinny Bears, we like Animal Hawk. Grammatical master for art. Heavy metal, we smashing your thoughts, we up a level. You rappers are technicians. Undergraduates, I got a doctorate when it comes to ripping scientific. I was spawned from a different species. In a fight you beat me, you gon' fight me every time you see me. It's never over. Fuck size, it's King Cobra. I'm rushing over my shoulders, spitting ether, plus we taking over. I'm getting older, so I live by that new slogan. That Philly shit, the barrel smoke will leave your head open. It's open season on any rapper who wanna beef with. The army of the pharaohs, yeah man, we'll bring the season.
Don't hit me with the drama, don't approach me about no BI. Cause I'm a pharaoh king and y'all ain't worthy of a reply. Bodies I've caught decomposing on the seaside. Catch me river dancing through the bloody waters knee high. Mind state is cutthroat, can't walk around deprived. My team shut it down, any access will be denied. Crown royal status, Puerto Ricans, that's how we ride. Nocturnal souls mesmerized by the street lights. One shot at glory, game will never give you 3 tries. For the haters I've murked, they would love to see me die. Acid tripping vision, everything look high, DeFi. Drugs, money, liquor, only things they get me by.
Yeah. Raw rap. The hardcore shit. 94 shit. Shoot the fucking pace up.
I got a lot of hate, I gotta learn to love, stop the date. But some days I would rather murder than populate. Either way I gotta open up the cosmic gate. Who knows what the future holds, gotta watch and wait. I can't function clear, keep a ton of guns and beer. I never sweat it, I get arrested like once a year. My gun big as 2 guns, you should cover your ears. Believe half of what you see and nothing you hear. Nobody listens, I got a lot of ground to cover. Bullets go in one ear and out the other. Tuck the weapon in, kick his face in the blood pool, like give him a taste of his own medicine.
Him beats the president, I'm pulling out my ray gun. Chuck D's greatest line and y'all ain't even thank him. Y'all ain't on my radar, horrible like Hagar. Most icy flow beats banging on the space bar. Haters get mad, start banging on the space bar. Flip over the desk, gotta take it up with HR. Your bitch get bad brains like she work for HR. How do you wear the razor? You wonder what the rates are. I'm a cannibal, you cats wonder where the plates are. I know that I'm immortal, why you wonder where the gates are? I cold crush your brother like Grandmaster Castle. Pass work with the 45 like the Kim Shabazz.
I'm from the East Coast, nigga, but I'm still loped out. I grew up inside the crack house, my mom just smoked out. You know the kid with the bummy kicks, holes in his jeans, same shirt, chilling on some bummy shit. Yeah, that was me though, attracted to the metal like Magneto. Sneakers started talking like I been Dito. Got my own, never borrowed a bag for shit. Now it's on cause I'm rolling with the pharaohs legit. Tired of rappers always rhyming that bullshit. Catch you at your CD signing with a full clip. Now how you feel about the pharaohs and the demigods? That's what I thought, nigga, because we large and in charge.
Kings of the motherfucking underground. Y'all don't want it with us. We punching y'all in the fucking face, laughing at y'all.
Keep shooters on staff, moving their blast. Refugees that came on an inner tube with a gag, Rubik's Cuban code name. But you will respect the handle, spin checks on Windex, so I shine the chrome and name. Or I throw hands with the devil, so ain't much to fear after. Bitches cry over me, I'm a top tier rapper. American Idol with a wet wipe for you desperate housewives. Firecracker go off from my brick, the whole house white. And I will outright say that you saw. I write your favorite writer that your basic style off of. I let the tech blast in you at the check cash. And the shells give you a turtle face, make your back splinter.
With the semi-automatic, sipping Henny in the attic, spitting heavy with the guard of the Serengeti blasted. Fasting till I downloaded the attachment. The hunger came back and I'm eating like a savage. Walking through the labyrinth, imagining it's Nazareth. Throwing more stones at the throne, lone catalyst. Puff, puff, acid, that ain't never been me. Only had the urge to annihilate the MC. Used to ride the 10-speed and cop the top 10 sneaks. Never thought I'd be in Budapest counting 10 G's. Shit. but it all makes sense to me. Pharaoh click sick, man, we sick more than 10
If
feet.
I ain't heard of y'all rappers, then you gotta be soft. That's the reason why I talk about the bodies I caught. Bodies in North, New Haven down to New York. If it's a fight that's put in front of me, it's gotta be fought. They got me in court for carrying the burner on the waist. My lawyer's an animal, he murdering the case. Boombox, hard body, murdering the tape. I'll take your fucking heart like a burglar on a date. I'm magic with the 4/5, perfect with the 8. I lavish with the lyrical, superlatives is great. Mash a motherfucker out, tourniquet his face. Jerry head rappers ain't assertive is the great, yeah.
Kings of the motherfucking underground. Y'all understand that? Y'all don't want it with us. Hard body shit. Official pistol. Ayo, TP. It's the god of the Serengeti. I'm the god of the 7 deadly. Hard body rap. Tons of guns. Sucker rapper.
Governments lie all the time. Well, not just the American government. It's just in the nature of governments. Well, they have to lie. And since they don't represent the people, and so since they act against the interests of the people, the only way they can hold power is if they lie to the people.
You don't know what I know. You can't see the spreading stain of deception. I am cruel to myself. Things will never be the same.
If they told people the truth, they wouldn't last very long.
I will hold my silence like a weapon in my hand. If I used it, I would murder myself. You could never understand.
Columbus came ashore, greeted with nothing but niceness. Sailing west in attempt to find golden spices. Dominated by the popes and frenzy for ISIS. The Catholic Church expelled Jews and claimed it was righteous. The first man to see land would get a reward and get a yearly pension for life, clearly from God. A young sailor saw land, said we isn't far. Columbus lied, said he saw it the evening before. They touched ground, they were greeted by the Arawak. Columbus had them locked up as prisoners in an hour flat. He wanted to find a source of gold, and that was that. And when they thought that wasn't fair, then he stabbed they back. When there was no more gold, he took slaves instead and left 250,000 Indians in Haiti dead. The men died in mines, the women died at work. The children died from lack of milk and they died in the dirt. They were just taking advantage of a passive people. They were just being the savages of massive evil. That's the church work, that's the path of massive ego. That's the blood of Abraham being stabbed by the steeple. At 16, 19, they were patiently waiting for a ship to carry slaves that was changing the nation. The white man was a cannibal praying to Satan. Hatred, contempt, or pity, or patronization. That's the cornerstone, everything racism based in. The African had a more advanced civilization. Black was slave, master was white, rationalization. 50 million dead, that's Western civilization. At first they appeared in the north, and they were helpless in the face of superior force. And all of them were chained together, they really was lost. Racism isn't natural, it's merely divorce. Before the slave trade, black was considered distasteful. By the Oxford Dictionary, I find it disgraceful. It's not a natural tendency to be bitter and hateful. It's a natural enemy of the critical staple. Slavery grew as the plantation system grew. The reason for that's kinda easily traceable. Society of helpless dependence was capable of saying fuck a slave master, you in slavery too. 7 slaves were put to death for murdering master. Fear of slave revolt had them developing faster. You a Catalan killer and an elegant bastard. I would burn the white man while smelling the ashes. From time to time, white man was part of the resistance. White indentured servants wanted no part of the system. King Philip's War showed that if people would listen, that they could maybe break the complex chain of oppression. Tyranny is tyranny, but that's a concession. But the women, they was treated like that of possessions. Black women had it work cause they was abused. That's the white justification of Aryan blues. The next move was to dominate the Mexicans. James Polk dominated them like they was next to kin. He sent Colonel Cross a lot of them and let them in. 11 days later, his skull was crushed, so message sent. We take nothing by conquest, that was the mantra. The military wasn't human, they were just monsters. Henry David Thoreau refused to pay his taxes, denounced the Mexican War and got locked in shackles. The 20th century opened, anger re-emerged. Reality of ordinary life was being heard. Anarchists and feminists came from factory work. Communism, socialism seemed to be rebirth. War is the health of the state is what Bourne said. And if you was born around that time, you was born dead. The Espionage Act had people confused, cause it was double talking, they didn't know how it be used. Supposedly it was an act against spying. Du Bois noted that was bullshit and they was lying. Charles Schenck was arrested in Philadelphia for printing and distributing leaflets cause they was helping you. He was indicted, tried and then found guilty, and spent 6 months in jail. Don't that sound silly? Had his freedom taken away by his own nation. But there's a lesson, do not submit to intimidation. The act still exists today and the shit is real. Supposedly Kennedy tried to have that shit appealed. Eugene Debs did 10 years for no purpose. He obstructed the recruiting and enlistment service. The post office started taking mail privileges of magazines who printed anti-war sentiments. A socialist named Fairchild had it right. He said that they can shoot me but they can't make me fight. They sentenced him to a year in jail and that was reckless. 65,000 men, conscientious objectors. They were sent to army bases to work there. They were treated sadistically and were hurt there. They were strangled with a hemp rope till they collapsed, and officers punched their stomach and their lower back. A garden hose was placed on their face with a nozzle about 6 inches from them so they couldn't swallow. The war ended in 1918. The government was just trying to wipe the slate clean. Hemingway wrote Farewell to Arms. Dalton Trumbo wrote Johnny Got His Gun. The war was over, but they didn't learn their lesson. Twin tactics of control, reform and repression. The patriotic fervor of war had been invoked. That's why the country that you live in is a fucking joke. You cannot be neutral on a moving train. This is a story about the lies that your teacher told you. This is real, actual, factual. No lies in the whole record. If you don't believe me, look it up. I'm trying to share the shit that I learned with y'all. Do the knowledge. Your government does not care about you. The people in power do not care about you. Understand that. Power to the people.
War is like a fix. You know, you get high on war. We won. And then you're down on the ground again. And you need another fix. You need another war. Why do you think we've had war after war after war after war? Every war they say, this is the end. This is the last war. In World War I, they said, this is a war to end all wars. And then not long after that was World War II. And then soon the United States was waging war in Korea and then in Vietnam. If you study history, what you learn is that wars are always accompanied by lies. Wars are always accompanied by deception.
I got the license to kill. I can do anything I want to do from now on, as long as I get the okay from the family. There's the guys that went straight, that's good for them, but this was my job, and this is what I like doing.
We live by the Assassin's Creed, committing dastardly deeds, slashing you bleed. We live in the car. It's like we have a fucking disease, a virus, violence begets violence. You drown in the river of blood, and all you bastards can plead for mercy and cry. You buried alive, nobody's digging you up. It's like we have a fucking disease, a virus, violence begets violence. You drown in the river of blood.
Weak niggas surviving with an IQ level low. My shit rocking like 2 pots of O's on a ghetto stove. My flows will leave them where you see the rose petals blow. Gun smoke settle slow when I blow the cold metal nose. Like holding Ressolos, the Cartier bezel glow. Dressed in Doja Boy covered in ice like an Eskimo. Lay one of you kids, I'm in child molester mode. Try to follow his tracks, I derail your train of thought. And before you one female in the same assault. Stainless fork and flame pork with a grain of salt. Vinny Paz, semi-mags who wanna claim the talk. Address your shit like Jimmy Jazz and put your frame in chalk. The Black Stallion, Italian, or gangsta walk. This all came, we off the chain, the lengths is off. I get all in the bitch head like a shrink, of course. You have stepping and ass betting, the bank is off.
Everybody Assassin's Creed, committing dastardly deeds, slashing you bleed. We live in the car. It's like we have a fucking disease, a virus, violence begets violence, drowned in the river of blood. And all you bastards can bleed for mercy and cry. You buried alive, nobody's digging you up. It's like we have a fucking disease, a virus, violence begets violence, you drowned in the river of blood.
You trying to sell wolf tickets to the lion of the jungle. I'm the eyes of God, they call me cyanide in the struggle. You the kind of guys that will be traumatized in the scuffle. And I'm buying pies with the Italian guys with the muscle. I'm dying before I trust you, the iron inside the duffel. You on Rikers Island, I could get homicidal to touch you. I'm inside, I'm viral, I'm the Messiah's idol above you. I'm the pride of Cairo, I'm genocidal and I will cut you. I'm riding for all my hustlers and anybody building bridge. There's no mercy in Pazienza, I will kill the kids. Blood diamond, Sierra Leone is really big. The G36 slick, it'll peel your wig. If it ain't the 36, then I'll let the 9 explode. I knew about collapsing buildings.